गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतान शृण्वन्नोतिमिस्सीदसादनम् ॐ श्री महागणपतये नमः। सरस्वत्यै नमो नित्यं भद्रकाल्यै नमो नमः। वेद वेदान्त वेदांग विद्यास्थानेभ्य एव च। ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। यो गुरु स शिवः प्रोक्तः यः शिवः स गुरु स्मृतः। विकल्पं यस्तु कुर्वीत स नरो गुरुतल्पगः। सदा शिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रं भाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। अचतुर्वदनो ब्रह्मा द्विबाहुरपरो हरिः अभाललोचनः शम्भुः भगवान् बादरायणः। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। हरि ओम। नमः श्री शंकरानंद गुरुपादाम्बुजन्मने सविलास महामोह ग्राहग्रासैककर्मणे ग्राहग्रासैककर्मणे। Chapter 6, page 213. Page 205, verse 213. ईक्षणादिप्रवेशान्ता सृष्टिरीशेन कल्पिता जाग्रदादिविमोक्षान्तः संसारो जीवकल्पितः। अद्वितीयं ब्रह्मतत्त्वम् असंगं तन्न जानते। जीवेशयोर्मायिकयोः वृथैव कलहं ययुः वृथैव कलहं ययुः। One is the apparent nature and other is the absolute nature. You try to get the absolute solution from apparent nature. I want to be absolutely quiet. I want to be absolutely fearless. I want to be absolutely detached. And I am using the apparent nature to get absolute solution. This is where our mistake is. You heard about the apparent nature of the Jeev. That Jeev is the original consciousness plus the reflected consciousness plus the reflecting medium. When all three combines, then that is called empirical Jeev. It comes in Drigdrishvivek Sakshina Puruto Bhanam Lingam Dehena Sanyitam Chitichhaya Samaveshat Jivasyat Vyavaharika. So Sakshi along with subtle body, along with the Chidabhas or the reflected consciousness. This is of course with the gross body. So these things will be empirical Jeev. Empirical means what? Vyavaharik Jeev means which interacts in the world, which through the medium of subtle body and the sense organ etc. goes out, which has receptivity and transmission. That is called empirical Jeev, which travels from one body to another body, which does punya and pap, which has doership and enjoyership, which forms relations, which has ignorance also. This is called Vyavaharik Jeev. So, in the present context of Chitradeep Prakaran, you heard that the Vyavaharik Jeev and Vyavaharik Ishwar will always go together. Vyavaharik Ishwar means when you become the karm karta, so you will have karm phal data Ishwar. Both will exist together. Moment you become microcosm, then you will be under the macrocosm. Moment you start living in country, the laws of the country start operating on you. So this is called empirical Ishwar. Empirical Ishwar is the one who is karm phal data. Please be clear. To be karm phal data, he should be omniscient and omnipotent, sarvagyan sarvashaktishali. But the original consciousness cannot be sarvagyan, powerful. Well, consciousness is very powerful. How can consciousness be powerful? Because anything which has powerful, it has power will be different than the power. And power has modification. Like you are walking. So before walking, your power was more. You ran marathon, supposing. And your power to walk will lessen after few hours. Maybe half an hour, 1 hour. And people like me after 5 minutes. So because you have to run, you can't walk. You have to run. 80 kilometers marathon is there from Durban city to Marriottsburg. Something like that is there. You also have run many times. You have ran? No. I also ran, but I ran away. So any power will exhaust. Power is a modifying thing. So consciousness is not a powerful thing. Because if you make it powerful, then the consciousness will be dependent on the power for its existence. And power modifies. Power is inert. And consciousness is not, it is conscious. How can inert and consciousness mix to make a power? So the powerfulness of omnisciency and omnipotency in the Ishwar, if it is not there, then he cannot give fruit of action. And if power is there, then consciousness cannot stand as consciousness. And therefore this power is called Maya. So the pure consciousness conditioning with the conditioning of Maya is termed as Ishwar, which you heard many times. So consciousness does not do anything, all the action is done by the Maya, which is sustaining its existence from the consciousness. You have heard this. So what is the OC of the Ishwar? OC of the Ishwar is the infinite doer. Infinite doer, limitless doer. What he can do, you cannot even think of. Infinite enjoyer. He can eat the whole world. Infinite knower. There is no limit to his knowledge. He has knowledge of all beings, of all plants, of all doctrines, of all sciences. So this knowingness aspect in therefore this is RC of the Ishwar. RM of the Ishwar is the, bolo? RM of the Ishwar is Maya. And the original consciousness is consciousness which is there, which is non-modifying, this is one, which is avikari, you heard all that thing. This portion, and Jeev also you heard, from 20210 to 246, no? This portion tells about the aikyam of Ishwar and Jeev. Please note, when aikyam or oneness of Jeev is mentioned, we are not equating the conditionings. Neither we are equating the reflected consciousnesses. We are not saying that power of Ishwar and power of Jeev is same. There is no match. Or knowledge of Ishwar and knowledge of... I am saying the unconditioned consciousness on the Ishwar and unconditioned consciousness of the Jeev is one and same. This is what we have to say. When Swamiji was going On the airport, one person came from ISKCON, I think he was there. He was Vedantic Swamiji. He said, you are saying Shivoham, Shivoham. You are not ashamed. You are Shiv. If Parvati ji will know this, she will hit you and kill you. You are the husband of Parvati. You are saying Shivoham, Shivoham. So, we are not saying at all that I am the Shiv. I am saying, not at all. I could not prove to be husband of my wife also. And we can't control our wife also. How can we control the whole Maya? We are saying the essence of when you negate, this is called Bhagat Tyaga Lakshana. Bhagat Tyaga Lakshana understood that one portion you remove and one portion you retain. I give the example of banana or food I gave, if you remember that. That is also called Jahat Ajahat Lakshana. This word you have heard in Vedanta course. Something I leave, something I retain. That is called Jahat Ajahat Lakshana. So, now the equation is meant to differentiate Mithya portion and Satya portion. Be careful, please. RC and RM are Mithya portion, and OC is the Satya portion. So, Satya Abhed and Mithya Bhed, there are two words now. There is Abhedatva of Satya, that is called Satya Abhed. Abhed means non-duality, and Mithya Bhed is there. The Bhed is of the Mithya Upadhis. The Bhed is of the Upahit and Upadhi. The Bhed means difference between Jiva and Ishwar, is of the conditioning and conditioned. Conditioning is the mind at the subtle level, at the microcosm, and their Maya at the macrocosm. Difference is in the Upadhi. Of course, there is like difference of firefly and the sun. Jeev's Upadhi is like a firefly. And Ishwar's Upadhi is like the sun. As big difference is there. So there is a big difference in RMs. And there is a big difference in RC because their reflection will be very high. Because Ishwar is 99% Satyagun. And we are 95% Tamogun and Rajogun. And therefore, whatever Ishwar will, because of the Satyagun, knowledge will be absolute in Ishwar. He will know everything. Bhagwan also says in Gita that Tani aham ved sarvani natvam vedha parantapa. I hope this point is very clear to you. Don't make a confusion. When you talk about bhakti, in bhakti marg, because Vyavaharik Jeev is impure, and he invokes Vyavaharik Ishwar in Bhakti Marg. The empirical Jeev is invoking empirical Ishwar. Because the environment to know the absolute Ishwar is possible only when your empirical life is quiet. Teacher and taught is absolute reality or empirical reality? Teacher and taught, is it absolute reality or empirical? Empirical. Keeping our body fit, empirical. Prarabdha, empirical reality. Purity of mind, empirical reality. Surrender to the God, empirical reality. So if one has not sorted out the empirical realities, it will not pave the way for even the environment to know and understand the absolute reality. I hope you're understanding. I didn't deal with my empirical realities. Therefore, I have an impure mind today. I am very angry, or I am passionate, or I got attached to you. So or I have not done punya to get a teacher also. So you have to go through the way of the empirical reality to even understand and even to listen about the absolute reality. So Vedanta does not neglect or overlook the empirical reality. But it doesn't stop on the empirical reality. Because the hand and the vessel has to be cleansed and purified, in which the knowledge has to take place. So, this is required. If one has not sorted his prarabdha dosh means situations that don't give me opportunity to hear satsang, to be healthy, to come in contact with the teacher, to be free from financial issues, to be free from bodily issues, to be free from issues of somebody troubling. So unless you are free from prarabdha dosh, prarabdha will keep your mind engaged and occupied. It will hook you to some topic. Many can't come because they have to go for the work. Many can't come because in the house there are issues. Many can't come because wife is ill or child is ill. Many can't come because they are far away. They can't afford to travel or to come here. So prarabdha dosh is not dealt properly. Then karma dosh is there. Karma dosh is there. I become karta bhokta, or I become expected of the fruits of action. Then there is mana dosh, where I have strong attachment towards you or hatred towards you. Then I have buddhi dosh. My intellect is not subtle intellect. I remember studying in the course. So we had test every, I think, 7 days, 10 days, or 1 month. So one boy's copy used to be blank in the test. Totally blank. Very good boy. Not a single letter he wrote. His name and room number, that's the only thing he wrote. So he was called after 1 month. But why don't you write anything in the copy? We're asking you question. And the answer he gave, I don't understand a word. I don't understand a word about Tattvabodh. Tattvabodh was going on. Not that any difficult text. Although Tattvabodh is not that easy. So, he said, don't understand a word. So, teacher asked, what is your plan then? Because when you can't understand, you'll just sit here. He said, if you say, I'll leave. Because I'm sitting in the class. He could have sat in the class. I felt he should have sat in the class even if he is not understanding. I felt like that. My nature is to give a lot of chances. I don't give up so easily. But for that, at least you should have faith. Either you should have subtle mind or you should have faith. If neither you have, then it is wastage of time. You live there where you have faith. You could have done some seva, he could have done some washing of the dishes, or he could have done some work. I mean, ashram doesn't require you have to be very brilliant to be in the ashram. Little faith towards the teacher, towards the God is required, and there is a lot of things you could have done. But I don't know what transpired. He left. He left. He didn't tell me, but he left. If he had talked to me, I would have said, then don't leave. Please keep on listening. You don't know what God's grace will shine upon you. And one day you will understand, like some of you were not understanding in beginning, but slowly you got it. I'm not talking about you. You understood. She started from Manduk Upanishad. Her first text was Manduk, not Tattvabodh, not Atma. And understood also. And she also used to come, that Muslim girl, what's her name? Ruxana. So she also was there. Both were Manduk people, straight. Their karma was such that they are Manduk. So, Buddhi dosh was in him. But I feel if he had done some jap or something, he left. Anyway, when he wants to leave, how can I say anything? I was very new, so I didn't have a lot of authority to talk to him also. I said, this is between him and the teacher, why should I come into between and say anything? I didn't say too much. No need to suggest unless a person asks for your advice. Don't give free advice. You can give free food and water. Don't give free advice. So, this is called Buddhi dosh. And last is Samskar dosh. I have a lot of vasanas of competition, of jealousy, of kam, of krodh, of ahankar. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dosh goes by karma yoga, by holding on to the empirical reality of Ishwar and empirical reality of the Jeev. Please understand that. In Vyavaharik Satta, these dosh belong to Vyavaharik Satta, and each dosh is like a mountain. And other side of the mountain is the Tattva Gyan, is the knowledge of the self. I'll talk about that in the night class. So you cannot go to that Tattva Gyan unless you have crossed those mountains. Well, I don't believe in empirical. You are tormented by empirical only. Your prarabdha, you suffer because of that. Your karma you do and you have to have devourship. Your mind is full of attachment and ahankar. Your intellect is blunt, you forget everything. All shlokas, what you have by hearted, you forget. Then your samskar is also mixture. And now you are saying that, I am thinking about the absolute reality. Swami, only I talk about absolute. But you fight so much absolutely. You see fault everywhere absolutely. You compare and contrast. What are you talking? Whom are you befooling? Yourself only. One Mahatma told me, nobody fools others, he is fooling himself only. I think I fool you, but I will have this sin of fooling you and I will have a bad situation because of fooling you. Actually, I fooled myself only. Whom are you fooling? By saying that I am absolute. I also want you should be on the absolute, but please cross these areas. Step by step go. So when somebody has tackled these 5 issues, prarabdha dosh he has tackled by worship of God and part, etc. And good action by dan. Karma dosh he has tackled by offering to the God. Manadosh he has tackled by creating mamta for the God. Buddhi dosh he has tackled by doing jap. And samskar dosh he has tackled by creating a samskar of Guru Bhakti or Ishwar Bhakti only. Only, all capital, bold, underline. You created one sanskar. So all those can be tackled. It's not that it is not tackleable those. It will take time, but at least you should have patience and you can really get over it. I never think that this problem cannot be sorted out. Internal problems. Prarabdha, certain things are inevitable, but inside it is all solvable problems. You need more jap. You do 2 mala, you do 100. You do part for half an hour, you have to do part for 3 hours. All things can be tackled. And when you tackle all the dosh, slowly you will be assured by the grace of God and your own will to know Vedanta. And then you understand that these four things, two upadhis, one of Jeev and one of Ishwar, and two upahit, one of Jeev and one of Ishwar, all four fall into Maya. Yesterday we saw. And then I come to OC of both, and I equate OC, which is the subject matter of this Asi Prakarana, Aikyam Prakarana. In 213th verse, which we were seeing yesterday, Vidyaranya Swami says, Ikshanadi Praveshanta Srishtirishen Kalpita. He is differentiating Jeev and Ishwar by what they have done. So, all the Jeev are in Avyaktavastha, in the Pralaya. Means, their karmpal is not operative. Like when a person passes away and he has not taken a new body and he has not become Bhut Pret also. So his fruits of action are dormant, not dominant, neither domino. The domino is a pizza place. It is dormant, inactive. Like the mobile, the SIM is kept outside the mobile. That SIM is dormant. It is not showing anything. It is not connecting to anything. That SIM is not catching. SIM will catch only when it is with the instrument called mobile. So RM is dormant. Karmphal is dormant. What about RC, reflected consciousness? Dormant. Totally dormant. No pain, no pleasure, no pain, nothing is there. So don't they have to wait in Pralaya, I have to wait so much for thousands of years. I can't wait so long. So you will not be there to know the timing also. So don't worry that you cannot wait so long. It is not that you are sitting in the airport waiting for the flight. बोले भाई ईश्वर जल्दी करो, कर्म फल दो जल्दी. Give me fruits of action. Oh God, oh my God. You will not know anything. So when the time comes that the fruit of action have to fructify, then Ishwar does ikshan. See the word ikshan. It's called visualization. He visualizes that this will be the world, this will be the sun, this will be the moon, this will be the persons stay here, he'll be born here. These are the fruits of action. This is said in Mundak by the mantra, Tapasa chiyate brahma, tato annam abhijayate, annat prana mana satyam lokam loka karmasu chamratam. So he did austerity. His austerity is not sitting and doing some pain. His austerity is Nyasya Jnanmayam Tapa. That is called Ikshana. I hope understanding. Now when all the lokas are ready, why you need earth for the person. And therefore, first time after the Srishti starts, the first species will be born only from the mind. Because it cannot be born physically, because there was no one physically. It has to be Sankalp Srishti. So you heard Brahmaji was born. So Brahmaji was born out of Sankalpa of God. Siddha Sankalpa. His name is Siddha Sankalpa. Satya Sankalpa. In Vishnu Sahasranam you must have heard this. Acha. Now the jivas are there. Now Jeev is wanting the fruit of action. Jeev wants a situation. I want a wife, I want a husband, I want a... My last birth, I was unmarried. Nobody wanted to marry. And when I saw couples going here and there, so I said, I see how lucky that girl is, how lucky that boy is. See, I love children actually. I love children. Playing with children in my lap, I tell you, so good, chubby children. And when he looks like that, so nice. I love playing with child. But neither I had husband, neither I had child, and I passed away. So this, therefore, one vasana is enough to give you a birth. You don't need two vasanas. Now this vasana, along with his karma phal, has given him a new situation. Yoni manne prapadyante sharirattvaya dena sthanum anne anusanyati yatha karma yatha shrutam. Kathopanishad. So he gets the fruits of action, depending on his own concept, his own actions. Therefore Ishwar saw that. So Ishwar has to give you body, and Ishwar has to give you the area of expression. Area of expression of your vasana is called your situation. And area of your prarabdha is also one situation. For that he has to give you one body, so he gave you body. This dhyan deke sunna, please note. Please note. The RC was dormant and RM also was dormant. Ishwas was not dormant. Consciousness was not dormant. Consciousness was same. But he was not aware that I am Jeev. I am limited. Who? Dormant RC. He was not aware. So, when he became aware that I am Jeev, I am incomplete, that is called entering of the consciousness in the body. It is not a physical entry, because entry is possible when something is outside and not inside. Then you can enter. But the consciousness is all pervading, so consciousness cannot enter. It is identification with some conditioning, it is called entry here. Like you make a pot. And now I will say the total space has entered into the pot. A total space cannot enter into the pot, but is identified with the pot, and therefore it is called now pot space. I am giving you another example. Like the mirror is there, and the sun is reflecting in the mirror, and the light is moving and shining, as if sun has entered the mirror. The light is moving with the movement of the mirror. And with the color of the mirror also, the light's color is also different. So sun has entered the mirror. Buddha used to call it entry without entrance. Actually it has not entered, but because of Maya it is appearing as entered. Don't forget all these things, please. Another example, ununderstood, don't worry, example. Now this is a confusing point, therefore I'll give you example. Screen has entered the hero. Moment the screen is started, picture is started, you saw, hero is walking. They show the feet first and the boots. He is walking. Now, the screen has entered the hero. It is appearing as along with the condition. So that Ishvara has entered as if. This is called Ikshanadi praveshanta srishti ishin kalpita. Now, the body is there, therefore he will have three states. Jagrata Avastha is there because Jagrata Avastha is karma kshetra, where he will reap the fruit of action and he will do some action. Because expression is there, therefore there will be deep sleep state also. And in between also there will be Swapna Avastha. So Jagrat Avastha, Swapna Avastha and Sushupti Avastha. There are three avasthas will be there. So Jagrat Adi, is it clear? No? So this is Sansaro. And please note, Vimokshanta, up to the moksha also is Sansar. Why it is Sansar? Sansar means when the Jeev is born or Jeev manifests, he is constantly running from one eye to another eye, from one situation to another situation, from one mind to another mind, from one body to another body, from one set of parents to another set of parents, from one set of children to another set of children, from one trouble to another trouble, from one bhog to another bhog, from one state of mind to another state of mind, from one understanding to another understanding. So he is constantly slithering. This is called samsara. He is not stable. He is not abiding somewhere. He is not absorbed in the self, but he is constantly lost here and there. That is called sansari. He puts on a sorry figure. So Jagrat Adi Vimokshanta. And now why moksha is there? Because by the grace of God he thinks, I am bound and therefore I should have liberation. So I am bound itself is a part of sansar. Therefore liberation, if the bondage is a part of sansar, then liberation also will be part of samsar. Lo. Yellow bhaiya. If you are bound in the dream, then the freedom in the dream also is a part of a dream only. Freedom in the dream is not a part of waking state, because you are saying in the dream. Really, after the moksha you realize that there was no such thing as a dream. And freedom in the dream and bondage in the dream both are a part of dream sansar only. Why? Dream itself is all false. The dreamer itself was false. Who is bound and who is free? Atma was not bound and Atma is also not free, therefore. Well, but Jeev was bound and Jeev is free. You are saying Atma is not bound but Jeev was bound. Achha, what is the meaning of free Jeev? Has the freedom of the Jeev come? Of course it has come. No, freedom of the Jeev has not come. Then the Jeev has realized that it was never bound. This is freedom. He has not gained freedom. He has known freedom. So freedom is not gained. Freedom is understood that I was never bound. But one who thinks that I will have to get moksha is a sansari. One who thinks that I will get moksha one day, then he is a worldly person. Because for him moksha is not now. One who thinks I am liberated, I need not get, then he is not a sansari. I hope this is also kalpana of the Jeev. See, Jeev kalpita. All kalpana is there. Why? Because everything is happening in OC. Everything is happening in the original consciousness. Nothing is, and when I say happening, it means the same consciousness is shown as this, is shown as world, is shown as moon. Sa Brahma, Sa Shiva, Sendra, Sokshara, Parma, Swarat. He alone is shown in everything. Like the laser show is there. So laser show is such. From the laser they can show you city. Actually it is not a city, it's a light only. Light is there. It is not something, but it is so nicely shown. You will feel that really there is something solid. It is not solid. You are only seeing light. But it is so beautifully done that you will never know that it is only a light. It is called laser show. You can see laser show. Now next verse. I hope this is clear to you. So this told about what? About Ishwar's expanse and the Jeev's expanse. When I say Ishwar's expanse means expansion of RM of Ishwar and expansion of RC of Ishwar and expansion of RM of Jeev and RC of Jeev. So all four RCs are Maya and all four RC and RM rather are Maya, and now I am going to see what is OC now. Now the ignorant people came. Ole bhai, you Vedantis, I don't like you. Some people straight away say, I don't like you. On the face they say, well, I just don't like you. When husband and wife fight, they also say, I don't like you at all. Don't like, but don't be so vocal about you. It's like, well, he already runs away. He doesn't come in front of me. So, a lot of quarrel is started. Quarrel, not squirrel. Quarrel is started. I have read this verse. 214 verse, I did read it. Advitiyam brahmatattvam asangam tanna janate. Tat, it is tat na janate. Who na janate? Ajnaninaha. They don't know. Janite, jhanate, janate. So Atmane padi lat. Pratham Purush Bhagavachan. So janate. They don't know. Who don't know? Ignorant people. What they don't know? Jeev ishayoho, mayikayoho. This is Jeev and Ishwar. Ish, A plus C is equal to A. Guna Sandhi is there. So Jeev ishayoho. Of the Jeev. And who are that Jeev and Ish? What is the adjective? Mayikayoho. Both are made from Maya. You already heard why they are made for Maya. Achha? And what they do? Kalaham yayuhu. They fight. It is a real fight. Vratha. Vratha means unnecessarily. Unnecessarily they fight. Achha? But what is their contention? They fight among themselves. Some will say, some will fight about, some will say, Ishwar is like that. Some will say Ishwar is with form. Other will say, no, he is without form. Some will say Ishwar is Krishna. Krishna is the only God, all are demigods. It's gone. Therefore, I don't take prasad also. Prasad, they will never take any prasad. Some will say, see, I belong to Shakt. I worship Shakti only. Jai Mata Di. So many sects are there. Then Brahma Kumari will come. I should not take their name, but I am taking. Then they will say, see, Jeev goes upper only and upper. There is nothing called Jeev falling down in the lower yonis. Different opinions are there. Some say, my Guru himself is God. There is no other God. I don't believe in any other God. Guru is alone God. Ab batao. But the Guru was born or he was eternal? When you don't know the essential thing, all problem will fall. And that is called cult or sect. Some say, I'm not taking their name, all them tempted. So, some say, my text alone is Guru. Granth alone is Guru. Ab batao. I will not keep any murti of any god. Yellow. Some say, see, I don't believe that God will take avatar. My God is on the top. Some say, my God is like a, Allah is there and He will send prophet. Some say, I believe in energy and no God. Some say, I believe that there is some God, but He doesn't come. And this way, hundreds of opinions are there. You will not believe it. You go out, then you understand what people are talking. And they have taken one upadhi and they are holding on to that, not knowing the essential nature. And problem is, please understand, regarding Maya, you don't be insistent. Because what Maya can do, it's inexplicable. And you cannot say Maya can produce this only, and Maya cannot produce that. You cannot say like that. There was a judge, court case was in Vrindavan. So, one said Bhagwan Krishna's peacock feather will be on the left. He's always on the left. Other sect says it is on the right. Really it happened, I'm not joking. And they brought out sticks to hit each other. They started beating each other. Because temple was same. And one was decorating towards the left. Other said it has to be on the right. So he used to do like that, he used to put the feather here. So this happened few days, then they brought the stick and started beating, other also brought. So inside the temple they started hitting each other. So police came, arrested both parties. Matter went, Englishman was there, British judge. What he'll understand? So he said, what is the matter? He said, the advocate said this, the peacock feather of the god is on the left. And they say it is on the right. As per Bhagavad, he is quoting Bhagavad. The advocate is quoting Bhagavad Yugal Geet. Yugal Geet, what that white judge this week will understand. He said, keep quiet. The peacock feather should be in the between now. He passed the judgment. And it have been put on the between. And never it is on the between. Lord Krishna's peacock feather should not be in front like this. It is always tilted. Mostly towards the left or right, whatever is there. Left is somewhere written because Radhaji was here, Bhagwan should do like this. So that Radhaji could get a shadow and could not scorch in the sun. Because it was too soft. Lot of things are there. Some said, see, Vishnu ji is bigger than Krishna Bhagwan. Some said, no, one Mahavishnu is there. And Mahavishnu has come. So Bhagwan Krishna is bigger than Vishnu. Some said, you are all nonsense. Ram ji is senior than Krishna Bhagwan. So Ram ji is still bigger than Krishna Bhagwan. Then they fought. She said, see, Krishna Bhagwan has 16 kala. Ram ji has 12 kala. And therefore, Krishna Bhagwan is superior than Ram Bhagwan. Then Shivji one came. He said, hey, keep quiet. So, Shivji is worshipped by Krishna Bhagwan and Ram Bhagwan. And therefore, Rameshwaram, therefore Ramji made, if Shivji was not superior, why will he be worshipped like that? He said, no. But Shivji comes to see Leela of Bhagwan Krishna. Therefore, Krishna is superior than Ram Bhagwan. To Shiv Bhajan. Dekho, ye sab chal raha hai. Then Muslims came, bole, these people are foolish, they are idol worship, they are there. They are kafirs, So they are worshipping the idol only. Break the idol everywhere. बताओ. Therefore he is saying, Vrithaiva kalaham yayuhu. Some were worshipping plants, some were worshipping sun. I hope you're understanding. And slowly cult comes. So if you go to their ashram, only that person, no Ramji, Krishnaji and thing, no Vedic God will be there. They will have their own gurus, murti, nothing else. Of mind, we also go to give, but our mind searches for something about the Vedas, what the Vedas say. क्या करा जाए? कुछ ही करो. नेक्स्ट श्लोक. ज्ञात्वा सदा तत्वनिष्ठान् अनुमोदामहे वयम् अनुशोचाम एवान्यात् न भ्रांतैर्विवदामहे. If the person knows the essence means original consciousness, and he does anything, I have no problem. I am very happy. Anumoda mahe vayam. This 215 verse. Anumoda means I approve. I approve them. Fine. You can do anything. Because he will not fight. He'll say, Bhagwan ka roop hai, kya hai? But Anushochama means I sympathize. Ev Anyan, I sympathize with others. Then the word is na. Na bhrantehi vividamahe. Vivad. V plus vad is there. So Atmane padi lat. So he is saying, I don't argue with the foolish people. The very wise work in the world is, wiser and mature you are, lesser you will put your mind into futile arguments. Why? Well, because he won't listen. He won't understand. He is too much obsessed by his own ideas. Na buddhi bhedam janed. Pura karo. Na buddhi bhedam janed. Agyanam karma sanginam. Joshet sarva karmani. Vidwan yukta samachara. Don't try to create unnecessary confusion. ऐसा ही है. ठीक है, बढ़िया है. उनको लगता है ये एब्सोल्यूट है. Absolute. Only my guru was the first in the Swamiji when Pralay was there. Only my guru was there. Hello, please sit. Your guru was with form or without form? With form. It's subtle form. Subtle form. Achha, achha. Subtle form, that means thought was there, no? So in the pralay, thought is not there. No, there is a special pralay. No, bekar ki baat. Kahan se special pralay ho jayega? Without head and tail you are talking. Kahan se pralay mein guru aa jayega bhai? Subtle form, subtle form. In the subtle form, that means a Panchikrit Panch Mahabhut was there in the pralay. Just because somebody has more followers, that doesn't mean he is right. Because two biggest religions have maximum following. It doesn't mean that religion is right. And everything about what they say. Truth is not decided by majority. What about we have very big followers? It's not a question of following. It's a question, Ved doesn't say like that. Ved doesn't say all these things. But we don't argue with that. Vidyaranyana Swami says we don't work. Let us see. Now the delusion is about the Ishwar. There are two groups, Ishwar and Jeev. About Ishwar, one set of fighters are there. And about Jeev, another set of fighters. They are fighting among themselves. Two set of fighters are there. Among themselves they are fighting. You will not know it unless you go and meet people. Then you understand how lucky we are that at least we have a clarity and we have gone through discipline. Otherwise, people are not only confused, but they are very firm in their foolishness. Firmness in foolishness is the worst thing. I did wrong and I realized I was wrong. I will improve. I'm sorry, I need some time. I'll get over it. Moment I am right. Let us now see next verse, 216. Page 206. Don't it? Page 216. This is 6206. Trinarchakadiyogantaha Ishvare Bhrantimashritaha Lokayatadi Sankhyantaha Jive Vibhrantimashritaha. Trin Archak. Trin means blade of grass. Starting from the blade of, worshipper of the blade of grass. But who worships blade of grass? No, they worship Archak. Yogantaha, followers of yoga. That is called philosophers. Patanjali, etc. Ishvare, this is Vishya Saptami. With regarding to Ishwar. Bhranti Mashritaha, they are having the Bhranti regarding Ishwar. What is their Bhranti? Some say Ishwar is in this grass. Some said Ishwar is in the sun. Some said Ishwar is in this plant. Some say Ishwar is in the moon. Some said I don't believe in any form. Ishwar, I just do like that. Ishwar is there. All of them discussing about the maker of what Maya has made, and one aspect of Maya you are saying is very true. They are not understanding the Mayic aspect, and therefore whatever they will say, it is subject to contradiction. The first line is about Jiva. Ishwar. Second line is about Ishwar. Lokayatadi Sankhyantaha. Lokayat means Charvak. Starting from Charvak to Sankhya. Jive Vibhrantimashritaha. They are deluded regarding the Jiva. Jive means regarding the Jiva, Vishya Saptami. So they are saying, Charvak said, Dekho, you are all foolish people. There is nothing called rebirth. This is the only birth available. Don't worry about fruit of action because you are not getting next birth. Dugdam Radam Kritva Dugdam Pibet or Gritam Pibet, as is your health. So you take dates and drink lot of milk or ghee and enjoy the life because there is no rebirth, etc. These rebirth are the creation of Pandits. They create fear everywhere so that they can get dakshina. So, unnecessarily. There is no God, and who are Vedas? The wicked people have written Vedas. Dhurt. So this is what they say. Nothing else is there. Here is the only birth. This is the Jeev is there. Jain said, see, don't worry. As is the size of the body, so is the size of the Atma. You have heard it here in the last portion. They are called Madhyamik. So, elephant can go in the ant's body, ant can go in the elephant body. So, Atma is flexible. It can take various bodies. The Buddha said, see, I am quiet doesn't mean I am wrong. There is nothing called Atma. Atma is nihilism, Shunya is there. There is nothing, the sense of continuity is a false sense, therefore nothing called Atma. Then Nyaya Vaisheshik came, they said Atma is inert. Atma is inert. Look. Then Purmimansa came, they said Atma is sansari, it goes to various lokas and comes back. Moksha is 30-40 years maximum. You have to come back. It's not a permanent moksha. You go to a lok and you are constantly coming back. Sankhya were closest now, they are high class philosophers. They said, see, Atma is consciousness, but Atma is many. Atma is many, but all Atma are formless. So now how they can be formless and many also? Well, that is, I am not going to answer. But they are many and they are formless. Let me tell you, none of them believe in Maya. And therefore their conclusion will always be wrong. So, Jiva Vishrantim, Vibhrantim Ashritaha, they are having their own delusions. Let me tell you, don't think they are deluded. These are existing ourselves only. So we only become Charvak, and we become Jain, we become Baudh, we become Purmimansa at times. When I say, when I pass away, you are becoming Purmimansa. When you say matter and spirit, you are becoming Sankhya and Yoga. When I say, let us enjoy, who has seen tomorrow? And you see all these words, then you become Charvak only. Let's enjoy. Let's go for parties, enjoy. At any cost, you have become Charvak. So we ourselves shift. More we will see in our next class, which is tomorrow. Hari Om, Hari Om. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari.